after we install the label. We test the label. First, we turn on the label. Okay. Of course, we choose bottles 1, bottle 2, bottles 3, and choose 1. Then we need to set the parameters here, and choose 1. Be sure to write this speed on it. For example, we are now setting the bottle 5. We choose 1500. We choose the screen. Then open the label. Then click on Test. Okay, we can see here. The label we need is only 1 millimeter, or 2 millimeters, but it's so long, and we can adjust it in 2 ways. To adjust it. The first way, because when the sensor detects the gap between the 2 tags, it stops. So the length of the tag movement after adjustment is roughly the distance from the sensor to the next gap. So the sensor has just crossed the gap. So next time the label will move a very short distance. Let's move forward. Let's move forward a little bit. The sensor light is off. Let's test it again. The label did indeed move only a little bit. After adjustment, it only works for the first time. The length of the second label move is normal. In fact, this length is still a bit long. Let's adjust it again. I'm going to move this sensor back a little bit now. Okay, let's test it again. Now, this place is basically the length we want. Of course, we can also adjust it in the parameters. In the parameters of bottle 5. We click this label feed length. We can set it. You can set 100, 200, etc. and then adjust according to the effect. Set it. And leave the other parameters unchanged. Let's test it. This is the adjusted result. The reason why the label is too short this time is the label moves too far, a little longer than the label itself. Let's continue to adjust the parameters. This time the parameter is set to 100 to reduce the distance of the label's first movement. This is the length of the label for parameter 100. This is how to adjust the label length. What we require is that the label is 1 millimeter long each time, or 2 millimeters. If it's too long first, we can adjust it through parameters. Adjust label feed length. Second, we can adjust it by moving the sensor. Of course, sometimes the label is very long. When this place cannot control the length of the label, we can combine the parameters and adjust the two together. To achieve a label length of 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters. This is our process of removing labels, stringing labels, and adjusting labels. Let's introduce another one. What about the label on the other side? And the label just now is actually a mirror image, and it works in essentially the same way. Let's talk about it briefly. After the label is put on, bypass the first roller, then bypass the second roller, then pass through the back of this pole, then pass through this pole, then press the label with wool felt. Go through the sensor and bypass this roller. Next, and then through the underside of this brush to the back. Go around this roller again, then wrap this rubber roller. Then let the label pass through the gap between the two rollers. Pass the label through to reach this place. Finally, no matter what, be sure to lock the rubber roller. Finally, be sure to lock the handwheel. This is our whole process of installing the label.